Welcome back. Now, during the heart of the pandemic, Retailability acquired parts of ailing Edcon and had the sale of Edgars approved by the Competition Tribunal in September 2020. Fast forward to today, the retail fashion holding group owning Legit, Style, Swagga and Boardmans plans to sell these brands to Pepkor, but will hold on to the Edgars, Red Square, Kelso and Keedo businesses. Drieselmann, CEO of Retailability, joins us to discuss what his plans are for Edgars moving forward. Thank you so much for your time, Norman. We can't go into the details of the different shops and the different positioning without actually talking about the impact of the macroeconomic environment. So let's first start off with your reading of the clothing retail landscape amid the current macroeconomic dynamics.
Yeah, it's an interesting space out there at the moment. I think we're still seeing huge pressure on the consumer. We're picking that up through some of the fundamental shifts around the timing of month ends. It used to be you'd see a spark of sales on the 25th. Now you're only seeing it first, second, third. Particularly in the Legit, Swagga and Style businesses, we see that social grant week as being substantial percentage of the turnover of the month. So we're still seeing those kind of macroeconomic pressures. And we see that the businesses that offer more value to the customer and price and fashion are the ones that are performing better for us.
Yeah. Are you also seeing this in maybe the kind of where consumers are flocking to? Because, during these times, consumers tend to trade down.
Yeah, I think not just trade down, but also look for more value.
Okay.
When the rand is worth more than it used to be to you because you got less of them, you want to make sure you get the most for every rand. And I think that principle is more prevalent now than perhaps it has been ever before.
Yeah.
You start looking and saying, well, why am I paying 300 rand for this when I could pay 200 rand somewhere else? And I get the same sense of feeling and fashion when I put it on.
Yeah.
And I think that desire for value is something that consumers have moved up their priority curve.
And actually, just talk to me about, the driving force behind you letting go of these brands, Boardmans, Legit, Swagga and Style. Are you maybe thinking that they would be of better use and of value in somebody else's hands?
Yeah, we've always, it's when you grow these businesses and you live, eat, and breathe them every day, they become like your children in some ways. So I think we feel like we've done a lot of good work to get them into a position where they're ready for mass expansion.
Okay.
And a rollout across stores. And what Pepkor brings with their skill set and their scale is that they're going to be able to deliver on that for these individual businesses. So I think it's exciting for those individual businesses, and then for our shareholders, it's their ability to extract some value and look for other opportunities.
Yeah, well, actually, just talk to me then about that, the strategic path of Retailability after the sale of these brands to Pepkor.
Yeah, so for us, particularly in the short to medium term, we think there's massive value still to unlock within our Edgars business.
Yeah.
So we want to put all energy and enthusiasm into completing the turnaround of that business. We're making the stores smaller. We're lifting the stock intensity inside the stores to create a more pleasant shopping experience. We're still putting a lot of value into the products by dropping the price and holding quality. And we find that through our sourcing initiatives, we're able to deliver that. And I think the better experience will continue to convert customers and bring them into Edgars. And then we've got this little Kelso project on the side. We've opened 2 stores. We've got a third that we're going to open in July, which is a 250, 300 square meter specialty fashion business, leveraging off the Kelso range. And that's just trying to make that women's fashion more accessible and go into shopping centers where Edgars isn't necessarily.
Yeah. Well, it's quite interesting because you're still talking about the turnaround of Edgars. Where are you in that journey? I was actually just telling Norman off air to our viewers that I recently went into Edgars and I really, really love the offering and I guess the kind of positioning that Edgars is in right now. So just talk to me about that positioning and also the recovery journey so far.
Yeah, so what we've done obviously is we've had to settle the business coming out of business rescue, and that's something that always takes twice as long as you think it would and cost you twice as much. and I think so. So we've had to put a lot of effort into that part of the shift and turnaround.
Yeah.
Then we've invested into product and private label. Core to this turnaround strategy was go more private label,
Yeah.
put better value, more South African localized fashion look and feel, not just copy paste international brands. And that's been core to the turnaround. What we've also done is we've made sure that we've kept the relevant international brands, because there's a lot of customers who expect that from us, and we like meeting expectations. And then the final phase, and that's what we're talking about now from a completion perspective, is let's make the stores smaller. I mean, the Sandton store, when we took it over, was 12,000 squares. I mean, that's the size of a small shopping center. We're now down to 5,500 squares, and we feel that that creates the right shopping experience for a super regional. And we've been doing exactly that type of exercise through all the stores that we've got. I'm about halfway through that project, halfway to go. Big year for us this year in terms of that right sizing project.
And I mean, there have been a lot of shifts within the competitive landscape. The fight for market share has actually gotten more aggressive, particularly with the influx of the kind of digital shops, retailers, and capability. Just talk to me then about your approach in terms of fighting for that market share with all these moving parts.
Yeah, it's taking on these pure play international retailers has been an interesting journey for us. You know, at least we feel like we're more on even footing now. But in terms of our points of differentiation, is I still think shopping is an experience. There's an entertainment value to it. Spending time with families in malls, eating, watching movies, window shopping, and then finding those little nuggets that you buy and take home with you. So the in-store experience piece is critical for us and how we create that excitement. And that's what, in the Edgars environment, we're using our beauty business for highly, in a highly effective way of come and have a makeover. Come and try the new fragrances out.
Yeah.
Come and experience these things. And I think the entertainment and theater value that you get within brick and mortar is hard to beat if you do it well.
And there's absolutely no thinking of going into the digital sphere?
Yeah, so we trade online. The head of e-commerce at Retailability came running through last week saying, we were store number one, and they're excited about the progress. So we continue to see strong online growth, and however, I still feel the right solution within the South African context is one of getting the relationship right between brick and mortar and online.
Okay.
Why make the customer choose? Give them both. Give them choice.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and for your insights today, Norman. Really appreciate it. That was Retailability CEO Norman Drieselmann.